More music, Kiss 101.7. What's going on? I'm Jay Nice, and we got somebody special in the studio, as I promised.
What's up?
What's going on?
Oh, everything. Everything is going on right now.
Okay, by the way, you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, what's up, everybody? This is your girl, Kandi. I guess a lot of people know me from The Real Housewives of Atlanta, or maybe Escape, or writing songs, but I'm just Kandi.
Okay. Well, you definitely are very sweet. You got a wonderful smile.
Thank you.
So, let's talk about this album a little bit. Kandi Coated.
Yes, it's going to be in stores this Tuesday, December 14th. This album is like my baby. I'm put so much into this album, and my heart and soul. It's a real R&B album. Real R&B. It's a lot of slow and mid-tempo records on it. A lot of relationship songs on this album.
Okay.
But a lot of stuff that people are going to be able to relate to.
Okay. So what's the process as far as like, because I know you do singer-songwriter and you do production also. So tell me a little bit about that. Like as far as who have you worked with as far as production?
Oh, I've worked with some of everybody. Let's see. Okay, as far as writing for, I've written for everybody. Well, TLC, No Scrubs, got a Grammy for that one. Bills, Bugaboo, and a number of other songs for Destiny's Child. I work with everybody from Pink, Whitney Houston, Fantasia, Mariah Carey, NSYNC, like all the real big dogs. Even produced a record with Alicia Keys for her first album.
Okay.
So I've had the opportunity to do a lot of things and work with a lot of people that I admire. Yes, as a writer.
That's good. That's good. Do you work with a lot of it sounds like you work with a lot of young up and coming. Like,
you know what? I do. I guess I do. You know, when they help people get started off. Pink, her first hit that she ever had, I wrote that.
I remember that record.
Yeah, so I guess you're right. I never really thought about it like that, but yeah, I do help a lot of people get their start in the business. I helped Jagged Edge get their deal. I was the one who found them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like an interesting story right there.
Well, I thought I wanted to be a manager at one point. I saw Queen Latifah win the Sammy Davis Jr. Award at this Lady of Soul Awards one year, and I was like, ooh, I want that award. And the way she won it was because she was she had that management company, she was rapping, she had the TV show and all that stuff. So I was like, oh, what can I do next? I was in a group at the time. I was still in Escape. So I went home and I called up Wingo and Jagged Edge. We went to high school together.
Oh.
So I called him. I was like, hey, you still in a group? I was like, y'all come over my house. I want to manage y'all. And I got him a deal. And, I realized later on I never want to be a manager again. Like, that's too much work. But I still helped them get their start. So it's cool to be able to say, I helped so many people.
Okay. So as far as the management isn't really where it's, you don't really like that too much.
Now I've done a lot of things in the music industry, but management is not anything I want to do again.
Okay. So what is it that you like? You got production, singing, songwriting. What is it where you really, really you like the most?
I guess, obviously I love being on stage, so I do love being a performer and a singer, but I do love writing songs because when you're a songwriter, you don't have to be in a box. Like, I can write a pop song today, a dance song tomorrow, an R&B song the next day, and I don't have to stay in a lane. But when you're an artist, like for me, the hardest thing to do with this album was to kind of try to stay in one genre of music, you know what I mean? So it was kind of hard for me because I love so many different styles of music. So, but as an artist, you gotta have like an audience that you're gonna market it to, so you can't just be all over the place. But as a songwriter, I could be all over the place. I can write with for anybody, you know.
Mm-hmm. So who are some of the people that you worked with this particular album, like helping you put this together? Like,
oh, the people that helped me. Okay, yeah. Neo.
Okay.
Like I'm used to being the songwriter, so it was kind of different having somebody to write for me for a change. But it was really cool. He did a song, the new song that we about to put out is called Me and You. He flipped that Outkast Elevators track.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he wrote this dope. He turned it into a relationship song, so it's really dope. But and plus he kept his vocals on it, so it's kind of like me and featuring Neo a little bit. But and then my girl Tiny, that was in Escape with me, we did a duet together on the album, as well as like I had Brian Michael Cox producing on this album, Justice League. Jazzy Faye, a lot of great producers. I don't want to, not mention somebody because, I'll end up missing somebody and I don't want to do that. But a lot of people helped me with this project and I'm thankful for everybody.
Sounds like it. Well, you know what? On that note, let's get into the new record you was talking about with Neo, the Me and You, the Me and You record.
Me and You. This is my new joint, and it's called Me and You. Check it out.
Let's check it out right now. Kiss 101.7. What's going on? It's Jay Nice. We still in the studio with Kandi, chatting it up, reminiscing.
Chatting it up. Yeah. He's looking at all my old album covers with the group Escape, and I'm like, hey, y'all can't laugh because that's like my high school pictures, really. And so if I put up your high school pictures, I can laugh at yours, okay?
Let's not go to my high school pictures.
I mean, you know, our group came out when I was in high school, and I hear everybody be like, oh, did you see those pictures from back in the day? What you think? Well, I think it's like just like looking at a high school yearbook. That's how I think. That's what I think.
So does it take you back, like you always go back to what you were doing and, you know?
Most definitely. I mean, everything. I can remember everything, how fun it was. I can remember, you know, hearing our first time, hearing it on the radio, on the countdown, going crazy, all of that.
So how did it make you feel, like being so young, you know, being in a group and...
It's I can't even describe it. You know, we were traveling the world in high school. Like, I missed my senior trip because I was on tour, but I was touring the world. So it was like, you know, I hate that I missed some of the things that I could have did with my friends, but, you know, it was still a lifetime experience that I would never change for anything in the world.
Prom, you missed prom.
I missed senior prom, yes.
That's okay. If you ever want to remake prom, I'm right here.
You in high school, you going to the prom?
No, not high
No, you ain't. I'm just being funny.
I'm just saying, we can remake the whole thing.
I don't have those. I don't have that picture. Like, you know, you have the little. No, I don't have.
What is it? Corsage?
Yeah, I don't have
there
that.
it is.
I didn't get to experience that.
That's
In
okay.
my junior year, I went with my girls, and I was like, oh yeah, it's my senior year. I'm gonna go with the date, da da da, da, and it never happened. I had like 2-3 dates that was lined up, and I couldn't go.
Wow. They were probably all upset. I know I would be if I was one of the
I
three.
mean, you know, I'm just saying 2-3 people asked me, but I couldn't.
Oh.
So, you know, they went with somebody else, I'm sure.
So do you still keep in contact with, you know, you say you still keep in contact with Tiny?
Yeah, Tiny and I, we still tight. She's on the album, so, you know, we talk all the time.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is your second season, you said, that you get ready to do?
This is my second season that's playing now, that's on air now, but it's the third season of the show.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about that. Like, is that your first time doing reality TV?
Oh, of course. Yeah, well, what happened was, I was supposed to be doing the show with Tiny and Toya. You know, they had their reality show. Tiny had asked me about doing a show with her because she was trying to shop an idea. So I was like, yeah, okay, that's cool. But I've never thought about doing any type of reality TV before then. But the producer of that show decided he only wanted the two of them. And it was crazy because, like, after I found that out, I was like, oh, I'm kind of disappointed because she had got me kind of hyped up on the idea. Mm-hmm. But then the following week, the people from the Real Housewives reached out to me and was like, can we meet you? Because Derek J, that's on that show, is on that show from time to time. He's a friend of mine, and I guess he told him to call me. And they were like, well, can we meet you or whatever? And I was like, okay. But in my mind, I was thinking, why they want me on there? I'm not married. You know what I'm saying? But it ended up working out for the best. And really, if it wasn't for Tiny asking me to be a part of her show, I would have never in a million years probably been open-minded to do the Real Housewives. So I think everything happens for a reason.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So how do you like doing reality TV as opposed to music?
Reality TV is just something to do on the side for fun. It's not a job. Well, not for me. I know some people, that's their job. That's all they do, you know, and they make the best of it. For me, I'm in the entertainment business. I write songs. I sing. You know, I want to act out, stuff like that. That's my career. Mm-hmm. But, you know, reality TV is just something for fun on the side. I don't consider that work.
Okay. But, you know, you still got them following you around and stuff like that. Did that kind of get to you at first?
At first, it was like, I don't know. The part that got to me was, you know, opening myself up for people to really go in on you on the blogs and stuff. Like, you know, that's kind of hard to deal with at times because you're sitting there like, that's not true. Or you want to respond or reply back to every little thing people say about you, but you got to learn that it's not that serious. Like, you got to, you know, remind yourself, like, you can't respond to everything people say. Like, you can't let it get to you like that.
They have a lot. Do they have a lot of? They have a lot of blogs and a lot of people just saying.
Yes,
Oh my
you must not be on the internet like that. The blogs
I try not
go
to.
crazy on everybody on our show. You know, like they talk about the housewives a lot. You know.
So who gets it the worst? Probably you would say.
I feel like I do.
Really?
I mean, that's just my opinion because I just feel like I get the I'm in the entertainment industry, so I'm like around in the music circle, and then whatever they want to say about my personal life and different things. But all the girls, have people talking about them.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like sometimes it's good, but it's a lot of times crazy.
Oh, okay. Now, did you originally go into this situation knowing any of these?
Any of the women
Yeah,
on the
any
show?
of the women on the show?
The first year I was on the show, I had met Lisa Wu Hartwell a couple times in different events before being on the show. But she's not on it this year. Now this year, we got Phaedra Parks on the show, and she's actually somebody I was cool with before the show. But she's coming off not how she really is in person. Like, people are saying they don't like her or whatever. They say she acts uppity or whatever, but really in person she's fun to be around. Like, she's real wild and crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not like that on the show, so you would think that she's not cool from what you see on the show, but she's really cool in person.
Okay. Now let's talk a little bit more about this album, because you have a particular cut that you like, that you was like, let's play this.
Yes, I have a lot of favorites on the album. Everybody got has something different.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like the song that Justice League produced. It's called I Want You. And the reason, I don't know why, it's a lot of reason why I really like the song, but I just feel like it's a really dope song. And it was really inspired by a conversation I had with this guy. Like, we were cool, we was friends, we was working together on some things. And one day he just came out of the blue and was like, yo, I just want to be real with you. I'm tired of playing games, I'm feeling you, and I hope you feel the same way or whatever.
Oh.
So when I went into the studio with Justice League and I heard that track, like, everything the dude said to me, I made a song out of his whole conversation.
Okay.
Like, I'm inspired by real things that actually happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, most of the songs that I write, even the ones I write for other people, a lot of times I put my own personal life into it. So, it's that's why, I guess that's why a lot of times they're relatable.
So,
it's real. You know what I mean?
So when you did No Scrubs, what was somebody like driving by?
No, I was in this relationship with this dude for 2 years, but I was kind of like taking care of him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it got kind of old, and then and that's where you have it. I think I got all my money back that I and then some.
Oh man! All right, let's check out this record. I Want You. It's gonna be on your new album, Kandi Coated. We're gonna take a look at it right now. We're gonna listen to it. Check it out. Right here, Kiss 101.7. Kiss 101.7. What's going on? It's Jay Nice. Still in the studio with Kandi. Checking out our album, Kandi Coated. It's gonna be in stores real soon.
This Tuesday, December 14th.
So make sure you go out and grab that.
Please do. Please do.
So you were talking about your internet show a little bit.
Kandi Coated Nights. A lot of people follow it on on the internet, and plus they showed it on the Real Housewives, so a lot of people have been talking about this show. It's just me and a couple of my friends. We talk about sex and relationships openly and honestly, and it's mostly about sex.
Oh, okay. So
it's a fun show, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's crazy. People walk up to me on the street. Some people that I would think wouldn't want to talk about sex publicly or ever, they'll just come up like, girl, what about that Kandi Coated Nights? And I'm like, you watch that show? You know what I mean? It's crazy. We got to follow it.
So what? So when is it like? What is it like, a 24-hour thing, or is there new episodes like?
Actually, it's every Hump Day Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time.
It's no coincidence. It's on Hump Day.
Hey, it just kind of fell on Hump Day. We just kept it that way ever since. It just seemed like it would make sense, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, Kandi Coated Nights on Hump Day. Okay.
Yes, it gets people over the hump. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of times people, on Wednesdays they tired, they mad about something or whatever, so they watch our show to make them laugh.
Yeah, that is the truth.
Our show is really funny, even though we do talk about, serious things, or we talk about things that are very racy and edgy. It's just a fun show. Like, We be laughing. People email us their stories. We have a different topic every week.
Mm-hmm.
So people email us their stories, their sexual stories, or whatever happened about that topic, and I'll compare some of my own personal stories to theirs, and it's funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, is it real? Like, what's the craziest story you probably would say that you got, like, letter-wise, like something that came in where you were like, oh my goodness?
Well, one thing that stood out to me, this one girl, she emailed us and said that when she was giving oral to somebody, she had got lockjaw. And her jaw was stuck in that position for like an hour, and she had to go to the hospital to have them do something to get her jaw back in place.
Ooh.
Like, can you imagine having your mouth stuck open for an hour? Like, locked wide open. Like, you couldn't close your mouth and couldn't swallow or nothing.
Well, can you imagine being in the hospital like that? Like,
I didn't know that could actually happen. That's weird.
I didn't. I think you. That was education on my part too. I'm sorry, I'm sweating.
I didn't know that. It was crazy.
You couldn't be on the show.
No, I definitely couldn't be on the show. Nothing out of control, like, So as far as, you got the internet going on, what else do you have? Like, I mean, you got the new album getting ready to come out. What's next? I mean, do we got tours or?
Oh, okay, I'm on tour with Fantasia and Eric Benet. We've been on tour for a month and a half, and so right now we're on a little break for like a week or two, and we start back at the end of the month. So the tour has been going great, and I feel good because, actually, I feel like a new artist all over again because I have that same drive, and I'm really trying to make it happen like a new artist. But the people in the audience, they're on their feet and they screaming for me as if I never left. So it's a good feeling, you know what I mean? But, so I got, the tour that I'm finishing, as well as now I'm trying to get behind the scenes on TV. I'm executive producing a show with some friends of mine, and I'm in talks with the network, about to sign a deal to put their show on. I'm not on the show. It's just, once again, behind the scenes, helping people do their thing. So I think it's good that I can kind of, like, switch in and out. Like, in music, I'm in front of the mic, I'm behind the mic. I mean, behind the board or whatever, and now with TV, I'm in front of the cameras, but I'm also trying to be behind the cameras, making things happen.
That's cool. That's really cool. So what do you do in your leisure time when it's just...
Spend time with my daughter and my mom and my family. Like, we have fun together. We do regular stuff everybody else do. Go out to eat, cook, play cards, talk trash.
Oh, okay.
Well, me and my daughter, we don't play cards, but my daughter, she loves to sing and stuff too. I mean, she's actually singing on my album. We have a little,
oh, really?
Yeah, we do. And so with my daughter, she likes to write songs, and she's only 8 years old, but she's, taking tests for the gifted program at school now, and it's really, me and my daughter, we have a different type of relationship. We're very close, and me and my mom have a really close relationship too, even though she tries to tell me what to do all the time. But I just do normal stuff like everybody else. Go to the movies, hang out with my friends.
That's cool. That's definitely, But let's get into this album. You got another cut that you said that you like.
Yes, before I go, I want to play one more joint off the album. It's another song called Feel My Pain. Well, it's called How Could You Feel My Pain. It needed two titles because, it's two things in that song that stand out everybody want to sing along with. But it's a very strong record. I'm sure all the women out there can feel me on this song. It's one of those women's songs. I'm sorry, fellas. And check it out.
Okay, we're gonna get into it. How Could You Feel My Pain right here on your Kiss 101.7.